I'm en route back.
No worries. Does make it a lot easier with 2 players.
It sure does.
Have you just renamed the farm or something?
No, just gone live on YouTube.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Thanks
Is
for
that-
letting me know.
Yeah, it's alright. We're just having a bit of fun, trying to go legit.
Alright.
Because that Twitch is crap, it just said preparing all the time, so I gave up with it.
Oh, did you not research into it why it kept saying that?
There isn't a great deal of information on why.
Never mind.
YouTube works straight off the bat, so YouTube it is.
Alright.
And if anyone's watching this video at a later date, and you know why Twitch is saying preparing for like an hour, then let me know. Well, no, sorry, what do they say? Leave a comment below.
That's it. And subscribe.
And subscribe.
And don't forget to press the bell to get notifications when we've done another video. There you go.
And you'll be entered into the free draw that Rides will be given a gift to.
Fuck off. He won't. Foul language is going to be used.
A lot.
A lot.
And lots of fudge consumed.
Yeah.
Are you even close to filling up the harvester?
36% full. %. So I reckon by the time I've done field 19.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, I said 36, and then that whole strip there, I've just done took me to 44.
Coolio.
Well, anyway, you're supposed to introduce yourself.
Oh, I don't think people want to know who I am.
Okay. Great way to start a YouTube live video feed.
I'm too cool for names.
Fuck off.
For anybody that actually wants to know, I'm Transport on the PlayStation, Transport 666, and over there, my my little bitch is Rides 4112.
Prick.
You said introduce.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? And I've got an own channel as well.
Yeah, Rides
which
is an own
Rides.
channel. Follow him. Tick his bell. Or ring his bell if you like. He likes it when you ring his bell.
Ding ding.
He likes it
Here
when
we
you
are.
ring his ding-a-ling.
Do a lot of videos on Dead by Daylight if you want to watch that.
He's above average quality player. I'll certainly say that.
Above average. Thanks.
Well, you are, aren't you? You're not below average, are you?
No. Fucking trees annoying. Should have cut more of these trees down. This end.
we might have those ones.
It's alright, I've got it around it. So basically, this is a small farm, and we're going to hopefully turn into a big farm over a period of a couple of months. We borrowed 500,000.
We are attempting to go legitimate.
Attempting, yeah.
If
Yeah, we borrowed
legitimate doesn't
500.
work, we'll just hammer it.
Yeah. I'm 68% full on this, so I don't think 19's gonna fill it. Do you wanna? Shall I empty this into the thing?
Yeah, empty it into the trailer. I'm just in the process of seeding the first 2 fields.
No worries. Just let people know that this is not a fast-paced game. It's a nice, chilled, relaxing game.
It is a game that you can sit down, have a few beers, and just take your time. There's none of that running around like that crappy Call of Duty and all that rubbish.
Yeah. And if you got somebody who's into this, then definitely it's a help to get 2 people. Hence why we're doing it together.
Oh yeah, if you're doing it on your own, prepare to spend a lot of time and spend a lot of time on helpers. A lot of money on helpers, should I say.
Yeah. Whereas when you've got 2 people, one of them can be doing something and one of them can be doing something else. Hence why transport is seeding and I'm harvesting. And a good tip is as well is when you're going to do this fresh from the start and not doing any like cheats, so I have loads of money. If you can do it fresh from the start, it's an idea to lease like the big vehicles. Then
where I've bought all my tractors, Chris in the harvester, which you can actually see right in front of me, we've actually leased that vehicle because they're just so expensive to buy, and you spend some of your time hanging around waiting for crops to harvest, and there's no real point paying for it. And on this game you have contracts which you can go and do work for other farmers, both by yourself and as pairs, depending on what the contracts have available for you.
And you'd have to buy vehicles with the contracts they're provided, as long as you select that you are using the vehicles. Well, so once Rob's finished doing the seeding, we'll show you on the pause menu of the contracts which are available.
Oh, I certainly will. I'm seeding 2 fields at the same time. Eventually I'll get the plough and I'll put the plough onto create field, and that strip of grass that is in between these 2 fields here, which is very inconvenient, seeing as these 2 fields actually get purchased at the same time when you buy the land. I always just incorporate the middle bit and create it as 1 field. So I basically infill this 1 field through that grass. Which, because I forgot to do before seeding, I will do that after the next crop has yield.
I've got options on here that make it difficult for you if you want to make it more difficult for yourselves, and that's like weeding, liming. So some fields need lime, so you need to do extra work. So I think transport's turned them all off.
I've turned them off because the game is intense enough as it is. If you want to go proper, legit, realistic, you can turn on the weeds, which you have to take out all the weeds on the fields when they're at their first stage of growth, I believe. And I've still got the intermittent ploughing required, switched on, which means after so many harvests of the field, or it depends what you've had in your field, you then need to plough the field. And you've got the same with that with the lime. Fields will lose lime levels, alkaline levels, things like that. And so you'd have to put lime back on the field, but I'm just not going for the total realism look. It's realistic enough. So yeah, I'm just doing it for a nice easy gaming time with my best bro rides.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad I emptied that, because I'm like over halfway through on this field and it's at 55%.
Oh, that's good then. And if you do not plough the field, the more crops you put in, the less and less yield you will get. So if the field says it needs to be ploughed, which if you go into the pause menu, which unfortunately if you've got autosave on, it will save. Yeah, you can obviously speed up, slow down time. And if we go all the way over here, you've got limes, which is turned off, weeds, which are turned off. You've got periodic ploughing, but we've turned plant growth up to fast. You've got slow, normal and fast. Fast just means that they grow quicker. Plant withering we are going to leave on because we don't have 1,000,001 fields that we have to maintain. So therefore we're just going to leave that turned on, because as soon as a field is ready we can effectively harvest it straight away anyway.
I'm guessing we will slow it down when we have more fields.
We probably will. Plant growth we probably leave the same.
Yeah?
Because obviously you want your plants to grow quite quickly, but I'd probably turn withering turned off, so it doesn't matter if you leave them for a little bit, they're still going to be harvestable.
Cool.
You're probably almost finished in that field, aren't you?
Yeah, man. On the last strip now. Unless you want to bring the wagon over here. Ready?
Just going to do this third field, and then I'll move off over there.
Well, you're just starting that third field, are you?
I'm just starting the third field now, yeah.
Don't
So
worry about it.
you've got wheat on board, so the wheat at the moment is at its highest at the central grain elevator, which if we open the map, central grain elevator is basically in the centre of the map, just by field 8.
Always.
The game is quite accurate in these tractors. If you look at the screen, you can actually see the values going up and down. It does to an extent give you accurate readouts of what the engine is doing. So if you want to do the in-cab view, obviously it's a lot easier to line yourself up with something on the in-cab view. But I just quite like the external view, because I actually use the tool that you have on the back to do most of the lineup.
Guess what?
But you've got like
There's
tiniest little bit.
9% left.
9%.
9% left in the harvest, yeah.
Sweet. Are
Where did you say? Go on.
Central grain elevator just above field 8.
Yeah, I tagged it. No worries.
That's going to give us the best value for that particular crop. This game does work on an economic system, so the value of particular crops will go up and down according to how much you harvest them and how much the other fields stroke farmers are harvesting. You can have multiple farms on a multiplayer, so Chris could effectively set up his own farm, create a new one and be a rival farm to me. But obviously you'll then be in a situation where you won't be able to work together. They will work as total separate entities. Your vehicles do suffer from breakdowns and things, so in the bottom left hand corner you'll see my fuel level is no longer tip-top full, and the spanner, not rides over there, the actual spanner, that's not tip-top full either. So I actually own all the tractors. We've leased the harvester, but we own the tractors and the tools. So they cost so much per day to run, and the lower that spanner is, the more costly it is to run these vehicles. Now you can get toolboxes and repair sheds which you can maintain your vehicles, making it more cost effective to run a particular vehicle, but again costs money. At the top we have £254,292, and if you are in the great states of Trump, you'll probably see that in dollars.
Great states of Trump.
I don't have any problem with Trump. He's a bit quirky,
No,
he's a bit unusual, but can't be any worse than our prime ministers that we keep getting.
True. Going on to the vehicles, you can have the beacons going. You can do indicators.
So I've just turned my beacons on, as Raz just said. I can zoom in. And same
indicators.
again. Indicators. So I'll put my right indicators on.
And then
left.
if you want to, when you're working at night, you've got like the full beam flashlights, all the lights around, so you can see what you're doing. But
so the first tap you put your headlights on. Second tap you put your rear lights on. Third tap you put your big front headlights on. Although I should accommodate, so at the moment I've got my right turn signal with the states of jump, and now my left turn signal. So if you want to go legit and you want to drive over the roads and everything, then you do have that option. Obviously it's not particularly functional with the game, you don't get fines and things for not doing it, but you know,
this is what your preference is.
It's how accurate do you want to be.
And obviously if you want to, you don't have to work at night, you can sleep. So if you've got a farmhouse, you can go to the door and just go to sleep and add so many hours on, so it calculates it for the next day. So you're working as if you're normally working during the day, but it depends on how you feel. Now if you just watch the money value, so I'm just going to drop this wheat off at where Rob told me to, and you'll see it go up, and then it'll tell you.
You'll see the value of that crop increasing on the top right hand corner in the proper currency, and it'll keep going up until he's unloaded it, and then once it's all unloaded and it's all gone,
you get a total value.
You will then get a summary of what that value was, which was £15,134 British sterling. There you go.
That weren't too bad. What are we going to do about that 9% left in the harvester?
Well, I'm putting wheat in again, so we'll just leave it in the harvester.
Okay. On my way back.
Lovely-dovely. I'm just starting field 19. Right, okay.
Can we buy a chicken? Yeah.
I think we can probably
Am
buy
I allowed
chickens.
to buy chicken?
Obviously we do need to have a forklift
Chicken feed.
and a trailer for the chicken feed. They don't need to be watered.
No.
I'm just going to say good night to my little boy.
Okay.
So
I'll
I'm
take
just
over for a bit.
yeah, take over the. I've just lined up on the first run of field 19,
Right.
so I'll stand in the corner of the field like a weirdo perverted person staring at sexy tractors, watching you go up and down, and I'll be back in a
Nice.
minute.
Alright, no worries. I'll take over the comms. Obviously you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just making my way back to the farm. So with the trailer just emptied at the central grain elevator. And then I'll just go and take over what Rob was doing. So you've got obviously different types of plants you can grow, like wheat, barley, but then there's vegetables you can do as well, like potatoes. I think there's carrots in this as well, I'm not too sure. Got loads of other types of availability to grow with. Then you've got cotton, grow cotton. And then once while they're growing, you can have animals. You can have 4 types of animals. One of them being the easiest to look after, which is the chicken. Gives you eggs, so you can sell the eggs. And the next one up from chicken is pigs, where you obviously use pigs for their bacon. And then you've got cows for their milk. And then on this one, which is the newest version, this is the latest version we've got on here, you can have horses. Instead of driving around, you can use the horses to get around. When you are playing as a 2-player, the second player, every now and again, just glitches out, so just be aware of that. Just because the content is being loaded over to my end from his server. So you just got to be aware that it's a little bit glitchy now and again when it's trying to think about stuff. So, I don't know where. Oh, there's Rob. Just stood in the corner. So, lower. Turn on. To do the cruise. You got cruise controls here as well. You can do adjustments of cruise control. So you can adjust the speed that you're prepared to do, and then instead of keeping your finger on it, all you're doing is guiding it.
If you press L1, R1 together, you get your options.
Oh, he's back.
So you can go left stick down or up to change the speed. So we can set it to 20 again, proper distance, measuring units, miles per hour.
You're going to upset a lot of people.
And in that option you have disable or when it's not active, activate cruise control, or if you just press the accelerator or the brake, it will deactivate it anyway. Again, you just saw me drive past a 30 mile an hour, no, 35 mile an hour speed limit, which it must be speed limits elsewhere, but you don't get fined or anything like that for breaking the speed limit, so don't be too concerned about breaking the speed limits. Obviously, if you're going proper legit and you want to be like indicators and everything, or should I say turn signals, then obviously you might want to do that. It again comes down to how legit do you want to be.
Be cautious that the AI drivers are not very courteous. They just pull out on you, so be warned.
And that is not an understatement. And the reason why I'm going with everything New Holland associated is because I live over in the UK. I live in Essex. That's about as far as I'll go. New Holland actually has a tractor plant in Essex, in a place called Basildon. Now, Basildon is not a particularly nice place to be, but I used to work there. We used to work there. Yep, that is very true. And it's just sentimental that I'm giving the promotion to my local tractor manufacturer.
What are you doing? Where are you?
I'm just up at the shop at the moment.
What are you doing?
Just preparing some stuff.
What?
Chicken feed and things like that.
Oh, right. So you are going ahead with the chickens?
I think we will, yeah.
You know, I'm the best for the animals.
Rides does generally deal with our animals more than I.
That's because Rob knows more on the field and what's best to plant and how to plant, and basically taught me the difference between ploughing, seeding and harvesting, because I was saying it all wrong. Whereas I'm quite clued up on all the animal side of things. Another top tip for you, why it's just crossed my mind, looking at the state of the vehicle and the equipment that it's pulling at the moment, it's getting dirty. So it's a bit tedious, but it maintains the vehicle a bit longer, and that's a jet wash or a jet wash cab, like a cabin. You just drive into and you jet wash your vehicle. I think that keeps the maintenance up, doesn't it, Rob?
It does, yeah. It helps prevent the degradation of the quality of the vehicle. So it's longer between when you have to actually maintain the vehicle.
Yeah. Especially when you're sowing and ploughing, the vehicle gets really dirty. Well, the tools do, or the should say the attachments get really dirty. So it's a good idea just to get a jet wash. They're not expensive. I don't think they are. About, was it £8 or something?
Yeah, something like that. I can actually show you. What is it? Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous things.
Miscellaneous, isn't it?
No, it's not in there. Miscellaneous. Yeah, miscellaneous. Jet wash, £4,500.
There you go. It's not expensive in the equipment that you're buying bought so far, but that £4 goes a long way keeping the equipment clean. There's so much. They brought so much detail into this Farm Simulator 19 from when it was first done, which was it Farm Sim 15, the first one?
I think the first one was just known as Farm Sim.
Oh, did it come out in 2015 though, wasn't it? Or was that the next one,
I
2000?
think
Farm Sim 15?
PlayStation, they came out on 2015. I think they're older than that on PC. I can't remember off the top of my head.
And if you're wondering, or you're concerned about the graphics quality, there's not a lot of difference between PC and PlayStation.
Not on this game, no.
So it's down to preference. If you want to use a keyboard, used to using a keyboard, do it on PC. You're more of a analog, and then yeah, go for the controller. Get it on a PlayStation because that's the best console out there.
I'll buy a long shot.
Yep. Hey, Woody.
And he's talking to his cat there, not his mad collection of Disney toys.
Yeah, I got a cat. Yeah, Rob's got a dog, a Lexi. Yeah. Being very clingy today. Yes.
Is he?
Very clingy. Yeah, it's very clingy today.
He knows you're starting a new job when you're going to be out for 5 days.
Yeah, might be. Might be. You got any spectators yet, or is it?
No, not yet.
No.
With YouTube, you generally find that you get the views after you've been live.
Yeah, true.
But because I'm only just starting, I'm not after the number of views and stuff. I'm just, if it helps someone, if you can chill out and watch us, hope you can relax.
As much as we are, Jesus. I will need to go to the shop, by the way.
You will.
Yeah.
Which shop? The shop or this shop?
No, not the game shop. The real shop. In real life.
Okay.
Spend real money, which I don't want to. Don't mind spending money on here.
What,
I won't
you
be
ran
long.
out of fags?
Yeah. I will have. Will do soon. I've got 3 left.
And if you're a young viewer, don't smoke. Bad habit. If I do,
No,
wish
it
it
is
me.
better. Oh, I've got talking over a different game. I've got my thing. I got my answer back from Dead by Daylight
Oh yeah.
in regards to that ticket I made against another player.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're resolving it, and they'll go down the relevant things of I think they're gonna ban him or something.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's that field done, mate.
Lovely jubbly.
see the thing. The difference is when you've got like two people on, like as you saw, transport, or as I call him, Rob. One's getting like stuff ready or doing stuff, and one other one's like prepping the field or sorting the field out. It saves a lot of time. Or
And an awful lot.
and it will obviously save you money as well, because yes, you can hire a worker to do what we've just been doing, or what I've been doing. Whereas if I've done it, it's not cost us a penny.
Yeah, it does make running your farm a lot easier.
Definitely. And then if you can get a third player in, Jesus, speeds up no end.
And if you can get a whole load of your mates, even better.
Yeah. That's those 3 fields now seeded.
Coolio.
So, what are you doing, by the way? Do you need a hand over there?
No, I should be fine. I'm not too far from finishing. I might need you to bring up another vehicle for me.
From the farm?
From the farm. Any vehicle, won't really matter.
I'll drop this off in the shed and then I'll come up with this truck with this tractor then. Yeah?
Lovely. It's not a guarantee, but I'd rather have you up here.
Right. On my way. On my way. Where's the shop again? Down here on it, this way. Yeah, down here. I would suggest, if you're going to get this game, when you start a new game, before you actually load up a farm, go to there's a mods section where other players have created mods, PC mainly because that's where they've done it, to make things easier for you, as in like tools, crates, pallets, vehicles and trailers. Make it easier than what the actual game provides. I would recommend downloading some of the items from there. I'm not going to go through the whole list because there's quite a few, isn't there, Rob?
Yeah, you'll be there for a very long time.
So I definitely recommend going into the mod section and having a look, and then going from there. Oh, you got a trailer type one. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because in the future, when we decide to get the man trucks, the roll-on, roll-offs,
Yeah.
we can keep the trailer, like the flatbed, and get rid of the trailer, and actually you just use one of the man trucks.
Come on. You're in. Whoa! Pull it back to you a little bit. Should be alright. Any more?
Oh, you fastened.
Yeah, I've done them.
Lovely.
Oh, is that going on as well?
This is, yeah.
I thought you might be leaving it here. Oh no, because we need to unload it at that end. We ain't got loads of money, have we?
No.
You are pushing the other tractor?
That might need. That is why I might have needed you down here.
Come on. No.
Let me just line up a little bit better.
Let me know you're ready.
Yep. Lovely. Stop, stop, stop.
Sorry. You ready to load Or you got stuff to do first on the back of that?
I'm just gonna...
I'll load it?
No, that's fine. Yep, you can load it. Quite often when you load these, vehicles will not roll because effectively you put the handbrake on. But if you loose items like the chicken feed, if you don't strap them down, they will generally glitch about and fall off. And Raj is a bit obsessed with roll trailers, roll-on, roll-off trailers, so as you noticed he got straight into it and drove off with it.
A lot. I like them. I like railroad trailers.
Don't get me wrong or anything, he's not particularly good with them, but he just likes them.
I am. I'm spot on with them. Sure. And they're in the Arctics. Why don't you? Oh, you're bringing that thing back. Are you coming? Are you going back to the shop after this? Go and get the actual chicken.
To get the chicken, huh?
Yeah, the where we put the chickens.
No, you don't buy that from the shop.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you do, but you do it remotely. Just be careful. Go on your external view.
Yeah, I know. I just seen. I just came out to external view and going, oh shit, yeah, that's hanging off.
As I said, he's not very good of them. He just likes them.
No, you could have strapped it down a bit better. You know.
Unfortunately,
loader.
you'll get to know on this game. It's not 100% accurate in terms of its physics and everything. Obviously, vehicles, the vehicle of the forklift, cannot be strapped down to flatbeds. Only loose items like pallets, crates, boxes. Only those will actually be attached by fixing straps, which leads you to the fact that the vehicles generally won't fall off when you've loaded them.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not a guarantee.
I was seen on the back of my trailer.
Yes.
Glitching out here. Right. Where are you putting the actual chicken thing? Where? Because there's no point in
back up over
unloading
here.
this.
Back up over here. Actually, no. Stay over there. Because obviously this open area here. Uh-oh.
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
Uh-oh.
I didn't touch it.
Oh dear, what's he doing now, eh?
Hang on, let me pull forward.
Whoa.
Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Hang on. Stay there. What are you doing? Go around the other way. Stop there. Oh, you got it.
Oh my god.
Right. Where are you putting
Viewers, you will understand that I'm a god.
Yeah, just cut that bit out. Where are you putting the actual chickens?
Animal pens. Let's see. Oh, well actually.
Small one.
Small one?
Yeah, yeah. Well, unless you want to get a big one right away. Depends on the price, because we've got 156,000 left.
The big one's only 40.
I'll get a big one then, and then we can just add to it. We just got to keep a... I think, is it 100 chickens and roosters total in it?
Something like that, yeah. So I'm just... What I'm going to do, folks, is just go into the options, which it saves the game. And I'm going to go to the map option. I'm going to press L3, which gives you the land. Now the blue highlighted bit is the land that we own. So we actually own the land just below 26 and to the left of 24 and 25.
If you need me to move any vehicles so you can place it, let me know.
Just where that is. So I think I might go... Obviously this map shows you vehicles are there, or should I say buildings are there, but as we go over here there is no building, so I think I might plonk it there.
Don't compromise a field of where you can plough it and stuff and harvest it.
Oh god no. That is always a bad idea. Never corrupt a field. Obviously, if you're wiping a field out to build on, that's a different story, but never actually purposely wipe out a field. I think I'll plonk it there.
Oh, I see it.
Um,
49,000 that cost. That's cost short of 50 grand.
yeah, because the
Because the
landscaping.
land. Oh my god, it's up. It's off. Oh right.
I am going to
Okay.
have to do something with that. Otherwise, it's going to be absolute nightmare trying to use a forklift. I'd probably move that tractor away from there, mate, because I am going to just do some levelling.
Okay.
So so what I'm doing here, I'm just going to flatten the ground to here, around everywhere I can. Make a little bit.
Watch the money, Rob. It's going down.
Yeah, I know. Just got to then smooth this bit off here. Oh no, I've got to flatten there as well. So I'll do that, and then we smooth. Smoothing it just basically allows vehicles to get up a lot easier. So it's more like a ramp rather than a sudden cliff drop off. And I've had to do that because where we've placed that, because a chicken coop, if you can call this, is on a flat ground, it levels all the land around it,
Weird
and
reason.
it won't make a nice gradual slope up. It will just make a drop off. So that's where I had to smooth this so vehicles can get up and down quite easily. Otherwise, you have a drop off like this, and it just drops off like nothing. So Rides is attempting to, there you go, to do that. I think to start off with, you do get boxes of eggs, which you can pick up, put in a vehicle, and take them to like the bakery or something like that. But you can get pallets, which I believe they're the mod, aren't they, Rides?
Yeah.
Which you can put in the yellow boxes, which Rides currently parked over. You can put them in there, they automatically fill up pallets, and then those pallets you can just lift up with a forklift and take down in big bulks. So do you want to feed the chickolettas?
We ain't got any yet.
Yeah, no, but if you put the feed in, I'll buy some and put them in.
Yeah, I'll just park this trailer up what you brought. Did you buy this or lease it?
I bought the trailer. It's in blue, so I bought it.
Alright. We're going with blue colour, are we?
Yeah, New Hollanders, or virtually all their tractors are blue. Their harvesters are yellow. So I'm going to stick with the same if I can. Obviously, some items, like if I go in the shed here, like this cedar, unfortunately they only come in particular colours. You might want to connect that trailer, Rides, the green trailer,
Oh.
turn it round, park it properly.
See if we can get it. Shit.
No, no.
Give me a minute. It's hard to do it when it's like zooming in and zooming out. Can't
Yeah.
see. I'll zoom right in so I can see it. Alright, where am I putting it? Next to it?
Yeah, just shove it next to the blue one. Could have lined it up properly. And the blue one.
Fuck off! See the size of this tractor in this fucking tiny building.
Yeah. So what's my excuse for getting the cedar lined up?
I got the cedar in there. I put it in there because I was seeding that field. So shut up. Twat. Right. Oh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Buy
get
some chickens.
into a view. I'm going to let Rides explain how he does the chickens and how to feed and everything like that, and where to put everything.
So obviously, Rob's gonna go off in a minute. Oh, hang on, it's not burning. Ah, can pull the plug out. Ah, burning. Right, don't smoke at work. It's bad for you. So chicken feed you buy from the shop, as you saw Rob doing before, and then you can zoom in. Can't see. And then you basically, chickens are so easy, one of the easiest animals to do, to look after. Because all you do is buy the chicken feed, keep an eye on the feed so it's fully levelled, and then the chickens just produce eggs. And then the eggs get placed at the other square bit. Right, this won't feed until Rob's bought chickens.
We need chickens now then.
So if Rob goes and buys, so you need roosters and chickens, unless you want me to do it, Rob.
No, it's alright.
So because we can fit 100 chickens in here, you need at least 8 chickens and 20 roosters. Or you can make the really happy roosters and buy 90 chickens, have 10 roosters. So they've got loads of chickens to have orgies with. So in a minute, if Rob, where are you? Are you in the animal dialogue?
I am, yeah.
Oh, cool. So what will happen in a minute, once Rob starts buying chickens and then confirms it at the end with the square button, because that's what I keep doing. I kept going, oh, I've got all these chickens, and then I press another button, not the square button, and I'd have no chickens. You need to press the square button once you've done it to confirm. Now, if you've got the money, you get an animal transporter and you buy them at the animal shop. On the map, there's an animal shop where you buy the animals from and you transport them yourself. But at the moment, we're going to have to pay the animal transport fee, which does make it expensive. So as you'll see, there we go. So now we've got chickens in the little chicken den, and over on this side, you'll see that this is now dispersing chicken feed, and that is done. Now, obviously, I can't show you on my menu. But if Rob goes to the actual menu, goes to where it says animals, it'll tell you what the chickens are like, condition, as in with the green bar, and it'll show you how much food they've got.
So you've got cleanliness there. Cleanliness is the how effective they're going to be producing. Feed is they either have wheat or barley or chicken feed like we've purchased. That will increase their productivity, and when they start producing, the productivity will actually show you red, yellow or green bar. It'll tell you how many eggs you have, production rate and next animal in. So if you don't fill the capacity of the pen, the animals will actually get some hanky-panky and reproduce. Right, you carry on, Rods. I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. Where have you gone? Have you gone, Don? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to basically unload this trailer. So then this trailer becomes free and available.
And I'm back. Do you need me to move the flatbed?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them all off here so we can take the trailer back.
Yeah. Do you want me to move it so you can get to the other side?
Yeah, please.
Well, it won't work particularly well now. But I'll go
No,
and get
yeah,
there.
I need you to move the platform anyway. Because I want you to go back and get those crates, or at least buy 2 crates.
Right. Okay.
You know the crates I'm on about, what we put in the mods?
Yeah.
Just get 2 for the time being.
You'll need to put the forklift back on the flatbed then for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. So if you move the flatbed, and I can then put these chicken feeds near the thing so we've got access to them. How much is one of these forklifts? Is it expensive? Sorry, am I anyway?
More expensive than what I want to fork out.
Right, okay, so to deal with one. Okay.
Because we started with borrowing 1.5 million.
Wow, that much?
From the bank.
Just drag it out of the way, don't load it, just drag it out of the way. Keep dragging it out of the way. Cool, cheers man.
And as you can see, I'll just show you our rides is pottering with those. Quite a lot of machinery is actually quite accurate on how it works. So if I say load container, you actually see that it is actually functional to the same extent that the real thing would actually work in exactly the same way. And if we unload, so they are very accurate remodels of realistic real trailers and vehicles.
Yeah, pretty much.
One thing that you do lack on is an animation on getting into vehicles.
Yeah, it's pop in, pop out, innit?
It is. I would like them to do an animation of opening a door, climbing up the ladders and getting in.
I think the animation of the human itself is quite silly. How they run and jump and walk.
And that's the point. If I get out, I come and see rides. So the animations of the people are kind of someone running around with special needs.
Yeah, very much. A little bit of a push, please, mate.
You ready?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Just make sure that the forks aren't like hitting the floor.
Whoa.
As you can see, when someone is in the vehicle, it will roll off eventually. Now he's jumped out, you can actually see that it's quite firmly placed on the trailer.
Oh.
Got to do a little bit of smoothing up here because that's quite an abrupt bump.
Very much. Have you denied access for me to buy anything?
No, you should still have access to everything. Let me just double check. No, you still have access to everything.
How come I can't get into the shop then? Because like I ain't got the symbols and I'm at the shop.
Press your touchpad.
Oh, you do it that way.
I don't think you have the symbols on multiplayer.
Oh, you do a touchpad. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright, pallets. There we go. They're ready to go. Shall we take this seeding thing you've got as well back?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. You're nearly here anyway. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, I'm not very far away. What I'll do is I'll lower the flatbed if you jump into the forklift.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we started doing this.
Yeah, me too.
Do you want to speed up the time in a minute so then they can start growing? Because it's like
Oh, I'll do
3
that now,
o'clock
actually.
now. Yeah. So and then that'll add on what 4 hours. And it was at 8 o'clock that we could go to sleep.
Somewhere between 6 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Because just to let you know, people, you can go to sleep, so you can add the time on. So say if we go to sleep at 8, just count the hours until 7 o'clock in the morning, which is 11 hours, and then you'll see it. Instead of it saying 120 speed, because you can do that manually, it goes up to 5,000. Was that right?
5,000 times.
We're a fucking good team, aren't we?
Bloody good team, I think.
Just to let you know, people, it's easier when you're doing forks of any kind, it's easier doing it from the interior view.
He says, pushing a pallet along.
I know, I'm trying to get it right. Oh, I'll just do the external view. I don't know why it's picked it up like that, it's weird.
Like, it means your forks weren't either level or at the correct height. You'll probably put it down, they'll probably drag out.
Never mind. So as you can see, it's 8 o'clock now. Do you want to slow it down a minute, Rob? The time.
So your forks aren't level.
Oh. Yeah.
Your forks are tipping down. And you want them literally just off the ground.
Yeah. I'll do. Why don't you show the people who why don't you show the people who are watching the lights on the tractor?
Oh yeah. So I'll go on the
it's getting
side
dark.
view. So put the first set of lights on, it puts your tail lights and your front lights, your headlights. Press it again, you have some big white lights at the back. They're your working lights. And if you do it again, you put big main beams on at the front as well, so you can see where you're going. You have the beacons, and then you also have indicators as well. Right, bear with me, folks.
Just make you aware that Rob's got 2 kids and a wife. So every now and again he'll have to disappear because his wife, he was calling him, or one of his 2 sons. And if Rob's there, you there, Rob? Just waiting on Rob getting back. Just while we're waiting on Rob getting back, like we said, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. We'll be doing more videos like this, probably taking the mickey out of each other, or like we did say, it is bad language, or the piss out of each other. Trying to teach you as much as we can about each individual items. And don't forget to press that bell. So this is Rob's channel. I've got my own channel, which is Rides412, and we oh, he's back. And I do Dead by Daylight as well as this as well. Yeah, I need a push on, please, Rob.
You probably want to lift up the pallet, so when you go on, you'll go over the others.
Hang on, don't go anywhere yet. Right, should hold it in place. Go on. Oh, let me just push that forward a little bit.
Because you've got the forks in that rear pallet, the fasteners don't go over that pallet.
No, no.
No. And as you can see now, now that pallet has just about got a strap on it.
Cool. There you go.
Off to the farm we go. We had no dramas of loose cargo on the way up here, unlike rides. So let's see if going down is just as uneventful.
We'll fucking see. Oh dear.
And rides is the professional driver here.
Yeah, I am. I'm the HGV articulated jumper. Why did you buy? Did you buy any roosters or not?
No, actually, I don't think I did.
Right, so we're not going to get any. Right, I'll do them.
If you buy some roosters for us,
How many chickens did you buy? Hang on, let me go look.
something like 150, something like
Oh wow, 156 large white chickens. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
that. Unfortunately, on this map, the roads are set up to drive on the wrong side, so
There we go.
yeah, in the UK we drive on the correct side.
Right. Now we should start producing. Oh my god, we've got mess already. Chickens are leaving mess.
Good
Now,
job that I left that bucket and front loader attachment.
Yeah, you did. On just to let you know, on Farm Sim, is it 17?
17.
Yeah, it was 17. He had a tool where you could just let it go on its own. It would clear it, keep cleaning up. But unfortunately, they don't have one with this one.
So if there's any mod creators out there, look at Farm Sim 17, have a look at their automatic cleaning unit and try and replicate it so it works on Farm Sim 19. Please. Gotta watch out for this abrupt drop. I've got to do something about that in a sec.
Oh. Is there a certain tractor what picks up this front loader?
All the blue tractors can pick up that front loader, but you've got to drop the weight first.
Right. Did you lose the forks then? No.
So,
Did you lose the forks?
do you lose the forks?
Did you lose the forks on the transport?
Oh, the forklift. Nope. Still nice and secure.
No, then you.
I think that's a Marvellous place to put it.
So that's another thing to keep note of. When you got animals, you'll have to clean up their mess. It's nothing major, but something weirdly does with their productivity of. They seem if it's a mess, they don't really like it.
Yeah, they're put down quite a lot by mess, so they don't produce as much.
Just to let you know, when you're trying to detach and attach a tool, if it's in a certain state, sometimes it won't let you because it's it's got to be set in a way that you can detach it. So don't get frustrated with it. It's just got to fiddle with it, move it about a bit, and then trying to keep detaching it. Just one of those things you just got to play with.
That's it.
Unfasten, fasten. And just to know, when you do have chickens, make sure you get a rooster. Or at
Yes.
least 5 if you got a lot of chickens.
Mama chicken doesn't like it when she doesn't have some big.
Is there anywhere you want this this fertilizer stuff?
I think maybe just leave it on the other side of this kind of water towery thing. You know, but up by the forks.
Yeah.
The front
By
loader.
the forks? By the front loader, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, chickens. I don't see any of you fucking to make more. Come on. So these crates on the pallets will actually go in here. So these boxes get produced automatically, and those boxes are effectively filled with eggs. So
Yeah.
those pallets will automatically fill, so you can fill an entire pallet. Save picking up these boxes, because it takes a long time to pick up the boxes and put them in for such a little task.
There's one box there already. See
Yeah.
it? Fucking hell. I wonder if it'll go automatically into one of these crates. I bet it doesn't.
Yeah, I bet it's not that sophisticated. Yep.
Oh, what are we going to do with that?
You'll have to take it down.
Oh, come here. Come here. Won't let me grab it. It's not letting me grab it, Rob.
No?
No, it's just like, I'm picking it up but just dropping it straight away. You want to try grabbing it?
Oh yeah, we'll do in a sec.
Hey, where are you going? There's a crate still on there.
I know.
Are you moving it?
There you go. It's a forklift.
Go and try and grab that egg
That's
thing.
why I put it in that position, because you can get to both sides of it.
Cheers, mate.
No, I can pick it up.
Can you see you put it inside the crate?
No, it will not go inside. It'll go on top.
It won't go inside, even though is it open up top?
No. It's a completely enclosed cage.
I thought that up. Hang on.
I think you did fuck that up, didn't you?
How come you strapped it?
I'm going to hold it in place so you can have less difficulty.
Didn't know you could strap it all in one go from there?
Yeah.
What did you press to do that?
R1 and then R3. You're not lining your forks up properly, I don't think.
Yeah, because I looked inside the vehicle that time. Are these forks going back to the shop, or are they staying here? Oh, fuck. Why can't I grab them? That's weird. That's weird. Why, what?
Yeah, I'm not quite
What
sure
are we doing
why
with
you
these
can't pick them
forks?
up.
I don't know. What are we doing with these forks?
Well, I'm going to leave... Oh, wrong attachment. I'm going to leave this trailer here.
Yeah.
Because for the time being it's the only thing that we can use that for. So might as well leave the forklift parked up in front of the trailer, or somewhere where it's
Or
not
just
going to
there?
get smacked.
There.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Right. Do you want to?
I think we'll... Oh, just saving. I was just going to say I was going to speed up time, but I might as well just go and have a sleep.
Yeah.
How many hours shall I go forward?
Go 11 hours.
11.
Yeah, then that takes us till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So, if I walk over... Chris can't do it because he's a farm hand, or farm worker, but I can walk up to the house, which is American Trailer Trash. And you can press L3,
Get a lot
go
of
to
hate
sleep,
mail.
and sleep. And as you can see in the top right hand corner, we're doing 5,000 times the speed. Things will still come out. So vehicle costs at the moment are 31,000. So we need to start bringing in some harvests.
That's not bad though. We still got. That was a revelation of the day because it's only gone down to 68,000.
Yeah,
The cost
it's a summary.
Summary of the day. So, right, I am gonna get some get out of these pajama bottoms and then just go nip down to the garage. So it's all right if I leave you for a bit and I'll just sit in here.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
I'll just stand over here, out the way.
Don't occupy a vehicle because then I won't be able to use it.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'll stand over here. Right. I'll leave your YouTubers in your hands. I'll still be here, but I'll be back in, hopefully, no longer than 10-15 minutes. I'm just going to drive down to the shop and get some smokes.
Yeah, the time it takes you to waddle round to your car.
Shut up. See you in a minute.
See you in a bit.
Fat fuck.
Bangladesh.
Fuck off!
I can hear your floorboards creaking from here, mate.
Shut up!
I wonder if Colchester Zoo's moving those elephants again.
Dickhead! Got you on the speaker of the TV.
You can tell me and Rides love each other so much. But no, he's my best mate. I slate him and he slates me. Just that I'm better looking. So at the moment I'm speeding up time. These two fields should be the first fields to be completed. They are the first ones we seeded. All three of these may mature at virtually the same time, and then field 19 at the back there behind the chickens, that will be mature last because it took longer and was much later planted. So at the moment we're doing 120 times, so it's almost like a second is a minute. So in 5 seconds it'll be 5 minutes later. There you go. So if we walk over to the field, we can see it's not fertilised. We can get fertiliser and fertilise the field, which will also increase the yield of the crop. You'll see the growth. So at the moment it's under the category of growing. Only when it's kind of looks like it's died will it be ready to harvest. It tells you the fruit type, which is wheat. Wheat is technically a fruit, and it tells you who's owned. So if I go to another field, it will give me all those aspects, but it will say which farmer owns that land. If we have a look in here and we go over to the contracts, you can actually see what contracts you have available, which you can do for other farms. So you've got low ones like virtually just over £1,000 for this guy. Transport items from the coffee house to the dam. You don't get any equipment with that, so that one you might need a forklift, you might need a trailer. You don't know until you get there. And then you have high value ones like this one, £23,000 to complete this. It's field number 8, which is the biggest field on the map, which you can see there. It's that field there. So you are going to have to harvest, was it? Yep. No, in fact, you're going to need to seed or fertilise. Which one's that? Yeah, you need to seed that field. Then you got this miserable looking woman, where you need to sow sunflowers in what will be a small field. 18,000. This one you need to sow. That one you need to put liquid feed, basically fertilise on the field, and you see what equipment you have at the bottom. So if we were working as a two-man, you'd want this one, say field number 3. You need to harvest the corn out of field 3 and take the produce to the port grain elevator. So you would have, say, I would go into the harvester and harvest, and Rides would be in the tractor and he would be towing the trailer and transporting the materials. So unfortunately it looks like at the moment there's only one mission that has 2 vehicles in, which is that one. The other ones are all one-man missions. So hopefully when Rides gets back he will be able to have a look at his contracts, see if he has the same ones. So I can take a contract to sow a field, he can take a contract to fertilise a field. So as you can see, I've slowed down time to 1 times and the field is ready to harvest. So I can actually just jump into the harvester, and once it's ready, it starts moving. Now I'm just going to show you briefly. I don't usually do this when I'm going legit, but I will line up the harvester and I'll get it in place, and you can hire a worker. On the top left hand side there you can see hire worker. So if I press circle, effectively I'm still in the vehicle. You can still see, you can't see me, you can see a bloke, and they will harvest this field. So I can actually jump out and you can see that that is now working its way through the field, and I'm not controlling that. It's not like a remote control awesome drone sort of thing. It is literally that helper right there working on the field. Now that will allow me to go into another vehicle, and I can come over here. I can pick up the trailer, and if I try not to do a rides and smash into the door frame, and I can then take this trailer over to the worker doing the field. Okay, so now he's harvesting that. We can have a look at the map. It tells you exactly what is being produced. So I'm yawning. So these three, or our 4 fields down here, and field 14 is like the light yellow colour, which if you look on the right hand side is wheat. So you can see what is being planted. If we scoot along, it tells you the growth. So it tells you ours down here are bright yellow. So on the right hand side there it's bright yellow, so it's ready to harvest. But you go into dark yellow or even orange. When you get to orange, you're kind of impending doom. That is when the field is going to start to wither. So there will be less availability. You can see that half of field 24 is purple, which is harvested. Okay. If we scoot over again, soil condition. Soil condition is if the field needs to be ploughed, or you need to add lime, or it needs to be fertilised, or anything like that. So field 25 is showing that it needs to have lime, but if we actually just pop over to the thing over here, you can see that lime required is actually turned off. You can turn it on, turn it off, but unfortunately it still shows that it requires lime, but it doesn't affect the yield of the actual crop in that field. If we scoot over again, it goes back to the type. Oh my god, why am I yawning? The type of fruit or seed that you have planted in there. Different things will need different headers. So if I scoot over to the harvester, you'll see at the moment we'll have the normal header that most people would know as being a combine harvester header. This will get the wheat, the barley, the oats. I believe it harvests cotton, it harvests canola, sunflowers I believe it does, soybeans it does. Corn has to have a different head. So if we go into the shop and we go over to the heads, this is the one that we've got on at the moment. You can tell that with the big round drum, and they tell you what can be harvested on those. So sunflowers cannot. So you'd have to go on to that head for sunflowers. But we're combine harvester, so we would not be able to plant sunflowers with a New Holland tractor. If we go to, scoot back a bit, oh no, it's not those, it's corn headers. These are the corn headers. These are the items which look kind of menacing, but very basic. These are the ones that would do things like the corn and the sunflower as normal. So they're exactly the same functionality as this particular header, but you just have different crop that you can harvest with that. Different harvesters have different powers, weights, power outputs, everything like that. So you might find that when you first get started, you're not like me, you don't waste money on a massive harvester like that. I find harvesting quite tedious, so that's why I like the bigger harvester with the biggest head, just so the job can get done quicker. But if we go into the vehicles and we go to harvesters, the first one is a pile of crap anyway. The second one is the first New Holland. Obviously you've got other manufacturers, but this farm is going to be run on New Holland equipment. And you can see the power is 118 watts or kilowatts or 160 horsepower. So if we go to the heads and we go right to the end, it doesn't actually tell you on there, which I was quite surprised about, but the power usage of this head cannot be used on that New Holland. It just simply doesn't work. So the only other New Holland that you have is the CR10.90, which unfortunately is one of the most expensive harvesters on there. You can go into forestry, so you can buy forestry equipment which will actually cut down trees, set them to length, and then you get a vehicle that will come over and collect all those, and you can take them to the lumber yard.
I'm back, darling.
Hello. So they are a different type. So at the moment we've spent all our money on farming equipment and animals, where we could have saved that money when we first started, and we could have bought a log cutting truck and a log transporting truck, and then we could have started up this farm not as a farm but as a logging business. But then you still have to have the land. You can't just go onto any bit of land and go, I'm going to cut that tree down. It won't allow you. It will just say you do not have access onto this land. So if I go onto land acquisition, you can see where the population of trees are. I have some on our property, but not enough to warrant getting forestry equipment. But then if we were to start buying this piece of equipment, this land, that land, that land, that land, maybe that land, we could then harvest virtually all the trees in this area. But in terms of land acquisition, that's 280,000. That one is 386,000, 346,000, 152,000, plus the ones, the two sets of lands that we have, which are 362 and 210. So you're looking at millions of pounds worth of land acquisition just to harvest the trees that are on that land. Obviously, when you own a bit of land, you can plant trees wherever you want. So if we go into, it's not quite sure if it's the seeders or the forestry equipment. No, it's not the forestry equipment. Maybe it might be trailers. As you can tell, I've not done a great deal with forestry equipment. So you would have to have the PL75 trailer, which would then be used, go onto the pallets, and you would buy these from Lizard. They're £1,000 a pallet, and you get 20 trees in there, and you would plant those trees wherever you like it on your property. But then you would need a little bit of time for those to grow and mature, and from there you would need forestry equipment. So we could effectively buy this land, close down the fields as it were, and plant trees all over this bit of land, and then from there just sit and wait. The forestry is quite interesting. I do like it, but it's kind of one of those things where you plant the trees and look in real life, how long does a tree take to grow? It takes a long time. So if you're wanting to do the forestry, do the farming first, because then you actually get an income for your farm. And then once your farm has made enough money to then buy the forestry equipment, you would generally have had enough money to buy yourself more land so you can farm larger fields, so you're getting money in quicker. And then buy your forestry equipment, cut down the trees that are already there, work on a section. Once that section is then cleared, clear the stumps, then get that trailer and just plant everywhere you can on that bit of land. At least then you can leave those to grow and continue with your farm, and you're not wasting time, you're not getting bored just kind of sitting there waiting for it to do something. You will actually be doing something about it. So we're just going to have a look on the pause menu, and we're going to zoom into our field. Let's go over to soil condition, and we can see that field 24 and 26 are not saying they need to be ploughed, but I can imagine they would be. So if we shout out to Rides,
Hello.
can you actually, if you can take over the harvesting, there is a worker doing it at the moment, because I was
Noticed.
just going over a few things. I'm just going to incorporate the field 24 and 25 as one field, which
I'm just
one
feeding the chickens at the moment.
cool which one you really want the two fields to be ploughed already as a fresh plough before joining the two, because if you plough between the two fields to join it as one, and then you set a worker or something to then start ploughing the two fields as one field, they'll get to a ploughed section of the field, which will be the bit in the middle, and they'll turn around and come back, or turn around to you and say, we're finished, when they're not. So the best way to do it is actually have them plough the field beforehand, or both fields beforehand, and then I will take over and I'll put the plough on to create field, and I will join the two fields together, so that field is then all in one. The ploughing is in the best condition. So if we just run over here, I am the farm manager, so every now and again I need to just pop my head round to my my slaves who don't get paid, and just double check, make sure they're doing the job properly and not making any mistakes.
Fuck off! Helper D has finished his work. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at your forklifts.
on the interior view, so I'm alright.
But in future, when you're when you're doing work like this, especially on the forklift, can you have the beacon on, please? Because you might have some special needs kids walking around and might get a bit worried that you're not as visible as you should be in that bright red forklift, and you need to be a little bit more visible. So if you can put the beacon on for me, please.
Shut up.
Put the beacon on.
You alright?
Put the beacon on. And can you mind my front loader units, please? Good boy, thank you.
Shut up!
Look, if you just stay there a minute. Oh, you got out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. No, if I get too close, you disappear. But, yeah, I can see you've got your toe protector boots on. Is that a bump cap or is that just a normal baseball cap?
That's a bump cat.
It's a bump cap. Right, okay. I'll let you off this on this occasion.
Hey, I'm feeding the chickens. I thought you was doing something over there.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, being the manager, I just need to make sure that my members of staff are doing what they should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing fine.
Good.
We might
Literally.
need to buy some more chicken feed.
Right, okay. Literally, I got through all 3 of the fields, barring one little tiny weeny little end of a strip
Really?
before it filled up. Now I've got to go and complete this tiny bit, like tiny little section.
Yeah, we're going to need to get some more chicken feed.
Roger that. You okay doing that?
Yeah, I'll do that if you want.
Am I going to have to come down and supervise?
No. We're fine, I'm just letting you know.
Cool.
Hungry chickens eat, I tell you.
Are they producing well?
Well, productivity is 100%. Reproduction rate, hour and a half. So every 45 will be another chicken. Eggs 180.
Nice.
Yeah, so those pallets will get filled soon out.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, you get adopted.
I don't know how much that can hold.
How much
so-
of what?
How many chickens can fit in that chicken pen?
The ones that go in there, 400.
400. That's
400 chickens can go in that one.
Alright. Are you actually harvesting over there?
Yeah.
Or is it worker doing it?
No, I'm harvesting over here.
We got a worker ploughing.
A worker is ploughing, yes. surprising how steep this this field is when you get down to the bottom end.
Yeah, it's an angle now. What have you been saying about wooding?
About wooding.
Yeah, about all the tree stuff we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, I've been talking about wooding.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
Forestry.
That's it, forestry, thank you.
Wooding.
I can't think. My brain went dead for a minute. I'm going back to the
your
shop.
brain went dead for a minute.
Yeah. Can you do me a favour, if you get a second, just order some more chicken feed?
Yeah, you should be able to order chicken feed.
I was going to see if you could do it. No worries, I'll do it when I get there. Is it alright if I order more, 2 more of those containers?
Yeah, they're only like a couple of grand or something, aren't they? We've got
They're a grand
67,000.
each.
Yeah,
Those
go for
containers
it.
are a grand each. So, just want to confirm, you know what I mean? I don't want to start spending the money.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I appreciate you you asking.
When are we going to do a contract? Should we do a contract in a bit?
Yeah, I was looking at the contracts while you were out and about. There's still only the one that has the 2 vehicles. So what I was going to do is, I think we'll go and do that one together.
Yeah.
If it will allow us to do it together, and then see if we can both take a contract on.
What do you want each?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, can do.
Because obviously, if we can make money while the crops are growing, then hey, great.
Yeah, man. You can hear me all right? So I'm not using my headset.
Yeah, no, you're loud enough. So. Eventually, we will get to the stage where we have sheep and cows, and we need hay and straw and all that. So we will eventually get baling equipment. And as you can see at the moment, the harvester's spraying everything all over the field, which does reduce the amount of fertiliser and stuff required when waiting for another crop to grow. But we can enable the straw collector, and it'll put it in nice neat lines for us, and then we can get baling equipment, and that baling equipment will then bale it up, and we can use the hay for hay bales. We can use it as feed. We can then make in a mixer the really good animal feed for the cows to produce 100% reduction in cows. But we're not there just yet, so we're just taking it easy and just going to do what we can when we can with the money we have.
Yeah, it gets more complicated when we start looking after cows, because you've got certain stuff what you've got to do with certain food, you've got to do certain mixes.
Yeah, that's sure true. It does get complicated.
But it definitely is. It definitely needs 2 of you to do it. It's a lot more. It's a hell of a lot more easy when 2 of you are doing it. A lot more easy.
So let me just... Oh. Blasted save when you pause. Let's just go and have a look at the values. Right, wheat at the moment is best again at the ranch. So I'm just going to head off to the ranch. How are you getting on over at the shop?
You what?
How are you getting on over at the shop?
Oh,
Well, I was just asking you a bloody question. How are you getting on over at the shop?
oh, I thought how you getting on, bitch.
No, I said how are you getting on at the shop?
It's fine, yeah. Just loading up the containers now.
Ah, okay.
On the flatbed.
Bitch. There's like a church or an abbey at the top of the hill here, and it looks like it's having some construction. Yeah, I do think we need a slightly bigger trailer, because this 21,000 litres is just a little bit too small to unload all 4 of our fields.
Were you going to sell it and get another one?
I might do in a bit. I think we'll just stick with the wheat because wheat's quick to grow. So it's a quick turnaround in terms of the growth. We've gone back up to over 60,000. Because you've got one of two things. You can either go with the higher value product, but just takes longer to grow, and you might not get quite as high a volume harvested from the crop. Or you go with something like wheat, which is actually one of the cheapest things, but grows a little bit quicker. Loading those bits up, alright? They're going
What?
on, alright? They're going on okay.
Yeah, I'm getting them on. Don't worry.
Cool. And I'm just getting back to the farm. I'll see how that plough's getting on. God, ploughing is so boring. So slow as well.
Oh my god, this has been a pain in the arse. Sake. Oh, fuck off. What are you doing over here?
I was just switching vehicles to go and have a look at the plough. Just thought I'd just check up on you, make sure everything's alright. Do you want a hand?
Hey!
Do you want a hand or anything, mate? Yes? No? You ignore me?
Sorry, what?
Do you want a hand with anything?
Yeah, hang on. Hang on. That's better. Let me put my headset in so I can hear you properly.
Okay.
You're better at loading these up than me, aren't you? What do you press to? Oh, that one. That's intentions. Ah, I'll tell you. Pete, I ain't I learning something.
Every day's a school day.
Right, well, the chickens are good.
I will admit the physics behind things like forklifts and bale forks and things needs some work doing to it.
Yeah.
Right, this pallet does not want to come off. Yeah, keep those. Yeah, keep those fastened. Might be able to.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's teamwork there.
Yeah, it's certainly they need to work on the physics between the interaction between a pallet and a pallet fork and a bale and a bale fork. Because that's why
Can you explain?
on one of our other games I bought that grabber pallet fork,
Yeah.
because it just gives a lot more support to pallets, or to bales, should I say, that are on the top.
You want me to fasten or fasten or what?
Did you get an odd number of chicken feed?
No, because there's one back there, so it makes it even.
God.
What would you start doing? We get an animal every 15 minutes. Wow.
Will help with animal production.
Animal production rate, hour and a half. Next animal in 15 minutes.
If you can fasten for me
When?
now, and then putting this one down, the others won't move. That's it. You might need to detach from the main trailer. Come and give me a nudge.
Yeah, I know that. I knew that was coming. Ready?
Yeah, if you fasten the belts first.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then let me just lower this down. I think that'll go underneath those.
Need to tilt it forward. It's tilted to you. There you go.
Home, James, home.
I knew you'd stay on that. Enjoy the view. What else do the spectators want to know while I'm driving you home?
Well, I think it's alright.
Oh, you don't mind me smoking in the truck?
No, I'm not bothered about all that. I work for UK companies. I don't necessarily believe in what they say about not smoking in company vehicles. And all. Oh, look, they're building my new house.
You are?
Looks like they're building my new house.
Oh, they know.
That would be pretty good to create a company and work on this game and be able to finish that house.
I'm hoping like they do construction where we have to have concrete and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you do have Construction Simulator.
Not on the PlayStation, though, do you?
I believe it is on the PlayStation.
Really?
I believe so, yeah. I believe you can get it on the PlayStation. and it's like you have concrete trucks, concrete pumps, diggers, excavators, cranes. Do little turns on your thing rather than kind of spamming the controls.
Better.
It's a bit smoother.
Need to sort out the animation for a person.
Yeah, they sure do. Right, so this field has now been ploughed. We're going to plough the other field, which will then, once that second field has been ploughed, we can then consider filling in this grassy bit in between. It should be quite nice. And then we've only got one slightly bigger field, which again, because it's using the bit in between with the grass, it'll have a bigger yield as well, because you'll have kind of maybe an eighth more of the field available to you.
No worries. We just have to deal with the cat which keeps coming in.
That's right. But we're going to carry on doing a bit of work on this. I think I'm going to say that this is the end of this video. It's about 2 hours and 13 minutes long, so I don't expect someone to watch the whole thing. Maybe just some highlighted bits, or if they skip through it. But we will be live hopefully every weekend. So if you want to watch, come and join us on either a Saturday or a Sunday evening. Just check us out. If you put that bell on, you'll be notified when we are online. Thank you very much, everybody, and have fun. Say goodbye, Raj.
There's one note I need to say before you need to come off.
Go on then.
Make sure you save the game before you finish.
Yes. Yes, you never want to miss that one.
See ya.
See you later, folks.